Welcome. This is your host, Leigh Greenberg. For decades, people have been investing a portion of their wages into a retirement account expecting value to rise. And at retirement time, there to be enough funds in the IRA to retire. Unfortunately, most investments have been in the paper market, that is, stocks and bonds. As we have witnessed in the past, stocks and bonds rise and fall. And the higher they rise, the harder they fall. Until 2008, most investors thought the market would only rise, only to feel the pain of the fall by losing a portion of their retirement investment. What is happening now? Will the market continue to rise forever? Some feel the fall this time will be harder than in 2008. So what is one to do? Today, we'll be speaking with Ben Barker of American Estate and Trust. American Estate and Trust is a state of Nevada licensed trust company, meeting all state requirements for capital reserves and bonding. They provide full custodial and administrative services for IRAs, 401ks, health and educational savings accounts, and pooled investment funds. They act as an independent and professional trustee for private trusts, and they provide escrow and qualified intermediary services for 1031 real estate exchanges. Welcome, Ben. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Lee. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So most people have IRAs, but can you quickly define what an IRA actually is?
Yes, an IRA is an individual retirement account. Most people know of 401ks because they have a company that sponsors a 401k. An IRA is the equivalent to a 401k. It's used primarily by those, though, that don't have the ability to have a 401k. So whether you are self-employed or your company that you are working for does not offer a type of 401k account, an IRA allows you to use funds that you have made, W-2 income or 1099 income, and allows you to invest those funds into a retirement account where you can defer the taxes into the future. There are a bunch of different types of IRAs. There's traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, simple and SEP. All of them have different features and benefits, but the idea is that they are a way for you to take funds that you've made and defer them into the future for retirement's sake.
So how do most people decide where to invest their IRAs?
Well, obviously that's a decision that everyone needs to make for themselves, but where our specialty is and what we focus on is the physical assets. We like the assets that you can feel in touch. You talked a little bit about the stock market and how the stock market is. When you invest in the stock market, you're investing in paper assets. You're investing in an asset that ultimately is backed by a company. But what our specialty is the assets that you can feel in touch. So we do a lot of physical gold and silver. We physically buy gold and silver inside of an IRA, and we store those metals. We buy real estate. We do hard money lending type investments. But the investors that come to us are those that want to get out of a paper asset that they can't feel in touch and get into a physical asset such as gold and silver.
So if someone's interested in investing in gold and silver, what should they do?
Well, if they want to invest in gold and silver in their IRA, the process is actually very simple and easy. It's really simply the same scenario if they were going to invest in their IRA in stocks and bonds. They open up an account with us. Once they've set up an account with us, they can either fund it with new money, make a contribution this year. You can make $5,000 contributions each year. Unless you're over the age of 50, then you can do $6,000 contributions. So that's one option, is just to put in new money. The second option is if they currently already have an IRA with an existing custodian, they can transfer those funds from that existing custodian to us. The third and final option is if they do have a 401k, there are some restrictions, so I would always advise them to consult with their 401k provider. But there could be some possibility of them taking some of their 401k funds and rolling it into an IRA. If they're still employed, working there are some restrictions. But if you've left your job and you now have a 401k just sitting at your old employer, you can move that to an IRA, no problem. But if you are still working, there could be some restrictions. So they set up an account. They send us funds, however they send us the funds. Once the funds have been sent to us, then a purchase in metals can be made. So in this case, you'd call up Lee, and Lee would instruct you on the types of metals you can invest and what would be the best options, what the different qualities of the metals are. And you lock in a price for the metals. Once the price has been locked in, you fill a direction form out that says I want to buy this, and then what we do is we wire the funds to Leigh's company, and then Leigh turns around and we store all of our metals in a vault at Brinks in Salt Lake City, Utah.
That sounds really easy. When people talk about IRAs, it's so complicated.
Yeah, I mean it's really simple. We try to make this as easy as possible. They set up an account, they give us money, we lock in a price, and we get the metals in exchange.
And can they sell the metals on the other side?
Yep. The same exact process happens in reverse. They would call up Leigh and your company, and they would want to sell back the metals. So they would basically you would give a price would be given for the metals, and then in turn we would ship the metals out to the supplier, and then the supplier would turn around and send the cash back to us.
So the currency would go back into their IRA account.
Exactly. And as long as the money stays in the retirement account, it's all tax deferred. So if they bought gold for $1,600 an ounce and they sold it for $2,000 an ounce, that $400 gain goes back into the IRA and it's tax deferred. They do not pay taxes on it until they retire.
You've been doing this for a while. What trends do you see happening?
What I'm seeing a lot happen. I mean, I've been doing self-directed IRAs for about maybe 10 years. Been focusing on specifically precious metals for about 3 years. When I started, clients were buying silver for I think $10 an ounce, and they were buying gold for I don't know if it was $1,000 back then. So it's almost double, tripled from when I started doing this, and so those clients that have invested back then have made a lot of money on their investments. Specifically with how the economy is and how much money we're printing and all the woes that are going on with the economy, what we're starting to see is a lot of clients are feeling uncertain about the economy, about the government and what's going on, inflation, and they want to get into assets that they can feel in touch. They realize the importance of gold and silver, specifically in this time where we have as much money as we have printed. So our business is flourishing. We've double, tripled, year in and year out our clients in gold and silver just because of they're wanting to get in something that they can feel in touch.
So the trend is people investing in gold and silver, physical gold and silver in their IRAs with American Estate and Trust.
Definitely, and we're getting even those. I mean, there are a lot of clients out there that have ETFs. They have the paper gold and silver, and are uncertain with what they have actually invested in. And so we're seeing a lot of people that are getting rid of their GLD or their silver ETFs and going and flocking into physical gold and silver. We physically buy the asset you want to buy. So if you say I want to buy Silver Eagles, we buy Silver Eagles. We won't put in a pooled fund where maybe we have the silver backing it. We physically buy the metals from Leigh's company, and it's physically there and accounted for.
There is on the universalbullion.com website, there is a link for IRA for American Estate and Trust. But if they wanted to speak directly with you, how would someone get in contact with you?
If they want to speak directly with me, my direct line, and this goes to my office/cell phone, my direct line is 801-683-9291. Also, you can email me. My email address is goldsilver@trusteeamerica.com. Again, that's goldsilver@trustee, TRUSTEE, America.com. You also mentioned, Leigh, there is a link from your website that takes them to a landing page on our website where there are applications, and there are an online application that the client could do it. They can also email me directly from that site as well.
Well, Ben, thank you very much for your time. This has been very informative. This is Leigh Greenberg with universalbullion.com reminding you that it is all about the physical ounces of gold and silver. How many ounces do you own? Thank you for your time.